Hello everyone and welcome to Creative Design and Supply. I have a lot of things here and I want to go over some things before I make this. So we have samples of our printed pattern vinyl. Now you can get this in store. These are the half sheets. Now we sell the full sheets on the website. And these are just a few examples of some of them that we have, and we have thousands of patterns, and let me get into that. But I just wanted to show you today how you can take one of these samples, and these samples are $1.50, and you can put those on an adult shirt, or we are going to actually do a little, and here are some more examples. We have animal print, we have specialty print, autistic, and we have cow, of course. We have several to choose from. And that would be under printed pattern vinyl on ours. And I will link all of the descriptions. But let me say, on this, on our printed pattern vinyl, it's printed on high quality, custom printed. You can get HTV or adhesive in the same pattern. Or sublimation on vinyl by Creative Design and Supply. Our custom prints are printed with high quality commercial grade vinyl using eco-solvent ink in an assortment of sizes and options. Now, whenever I say assortment, sizes, and options, you can get 8 print layouts. So you could do most of them are just 12 by 12. You can do tile. There's several different ways that you can do that. And then you have 9 different printed options. So you can go from adhesive removable to adhesive permanent, glitter. You can do passion pearl, HTV, regular HTV like this, sublimation, and even reflective and even puff. I did not bring my example. Hold on. Okay, so here is the printed pattern puff. And so now I can say that we pretty much have all the puff down. Now you can choose this in all of our patterns, even in the, oh, I never thought about that, but that would be cute with the bandana in the puff. All right, so I had so much to bring. So I want to say with the $1.50 printed pattern vinyl sample, you can only get those in store. I'm sorry to say that, but you can still get a sheet from us. And I won't go into the prices on that, but they will be linked below with all of those on there. And so like I said, this little sample is $1.50 in-house. Whenever you first walk in our building, you will see the baskets are underneath the table. That's the table. Whenever you walk in, that side is HTV, and on the other side is going to be your adhesive. So let me talk about this real quick. With us in-house printing these, they do not have a carrier sheet on them, okay? So you have to print those pretty side up. So you have to think like adhesive. So with those, you are going to put those pretty side up, and you are not going to mirror. Then you are going to use Siser's high-tack TD mask, and this is reusable. I use it over and over. I will put it right back on it. So some of my videos, people say, oh, you used a whole sheet. It's because I put it back on there. And if you don't, just keep some bigger pieces of your carrier sheets that you have and stick them to the wall. I know that sounds crazy, but stick them to a wall. And so that way, no dust or anything, and they'll still stay sticky. If you were to see my craft room, I have a lot on my walls just for that. And so whenever you, after you cut it and you're not going to mirror it, you're going to weed it out. You're going to place your mask on top, and you're going to pull it off the back of that. And I'm going to go through all of this. But the reason why I wanted to show you, now Siser has fall glitter colors that are amazing. Now this is tawny. They have brown and then the burgundy. I thought about that, but I'm going to be putting it on this little bitty shirt. So I don't want to use that. I want to use Twinkle. And Twinkle is one of Siser's glitter reflectant, and it has the silicone layer over it, so it's not scratchy like, and so it won't hurt these babies with this sensitive skin. So I'm going to use this on this one, but I wanted to show you also that a sample tee, you can do the same exact project that I'm doing with it. $1.50. Now on the Siser, the high-tack TDD mask, they're $1. Like I said, I will list everything on there, and this is reusable. So to be able to make a project with that, that is really neat. So we are going to jump in here, and let me move all this stuff, and I'm going to show you how to cut this product. Okay, so now that I have that out, and the reason why I printed, or I cut this a little bit lower is because whenever I did my testing, my mat is not as sticky as I would like for it to be. And let me tell you a little trick. So I take, you can even take this mask, or you can do transfer tape, and you can take it and put it on there and then peel it off. And then that way, whenever you get a new mat, after this gets too sticky, you can use that again, or just use the mat after you peel that off. So because my test cut went a little stray, I decided to move my design down so that way I wouldn't have that issue. And now this is so easy to weed. Now you do not want to layer this, and let me show you. Let's see. So what I do is the knockout method. Now I cut this out in both. I cut it with the offset too. So I'm basically just going to take the offset off of this one. Okay. And you can see how I am, let me scroll you down just a little bit. I do this just so I don't confuse myself, and that way I know that it's lined up right, because I'm taking the same exact design and I'm just weeding out different parts of it. So let's see, and you see how easy this stuff is to weed. Okay, so now I have my Thankful. All right, so now I am just going to weed the inside of this one. And this one weeds also. And another thing is, you can lightly pull these up and use these again. If I use stuff like that, I will use these lines and put a piece of the high-tack mask down, and I will line up my letters like this and use it. This stuff is so easy to weed that you can just bend it back and pull it. I mean, that's how easy this stuff is to weed. Now I am going to press the printed pattern vinyl first, and then I'm going to lay that over it. And then when the baby touches the actual HTV, it's not going to cut or scratch the little sensitive skin. How cute that's going to be. And like I told you, I try to use the whole piece. I may not be able to, but what I will do, and I bow it like that. Bow it down. That way you get no wrinkles whatsoever. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it over and I am going to burnish it. And whenever I say burnish it, you want to get a little bit of heat so it sticks to that adhesive. All right. And if you do not have a soft squeegee, you can use on this side. As long as you're on the back side, that way you don't scratch it, because some carriers, if you use other carriers, almost. There we go. That's why I go at an angle. And I always peel from the back because of that. That way I can see. And I accidentally used the same cut settings, and I got very lucky that it didn't cut through the carrier. But you have seen my hacks for that. Alright, so now let me move you over to the heat press. Okay, so now that I have you over here at the heat press, I just want to show you, if you have seams on your heat press, it is going to hinder your ability to keep it on there and press it correct. So I am going to use, now this pressing pillow is a little too big, so all you have to do is lay it on top and adjust your heat press to make sure that you have the right press, so that way it presses it down but it holds it up, so that way that seam does not block it. All right, so I'm just going to test out my pressure. Okay, so now that I have my pressure like I want it, and I did pre-press it, so I have the moisture out of it there. All right, so now I'm just going to come over here. I know this seems like a lot because it's the big thick sheet, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take it off camera to make sure I get it lined up. Okay, so I wasn't too sure, so I'm just going to pinch it right there. Make sure. I always like to lay it down flat, because if it has a wrinkle in it, you're going to press it in there. Okay, so we are just going to settle for that. All right, and so now I am just going to put my carrier, my Teflon sheet over here, and we are going to press it. Now, both of these can be pressed for 15 seconds, so I'm only going to give this one about a 5-second press. I don't think that I can do a 1-second press like Siser's. Let's go ahead and try it and see what happens. All right, let me just see, because that was a 1 second. I'm going to give it just a little bit more time, because that Teflon sheet will hold heat too. All right, let's see. Well, look at there. It did press with 1 second. Okay, now I'm going to put this back on the carrier. And if you don't have the carrier, like I said, you can stick it to a wall. All right, look at how cute that is. I'm always patting and laying stuff down, because when you're pulling it, you're stretching it just a little bit. And so you want to make sure that you don't stretch it too much, because you do have an outline that you are putting on here. Okay. And the cute thing about this is if it has a little bit left, so See how I can stretch it a little bit and make it fall into place? There we go. That is going to be darling. All right. There we go. And then I just lay it down. That way it will kind of hook and fall into place right there. All right, and now I am going to press this one at 305 for 15 seconds. All right. All right, and for that one too, it is a warm peel, so you want to give it a little bit longer because this is hot too. All right, and now you have the cutest little shirt, and it's all soft. And look at that. All right, if you have any questions, comment below and I would be glad to answer them for you. And like I said, I will list all the printed pattern vinyl information in there also. And if you are local to Bossier City, Louisiana or Shreveport, you can come in and you can get one of these sample HTVs for $1.50. All right, as always, have a great day and thanks. Bye.